It's essentially agreement between two or more. In the which has already been proved in the charges before. It's essentially is direct act leading to death. No evidence or report can make a direct link of the accused to the murder of the deceased Shweta Sharma. The accused faces charges under section 238, 240, 241 for destroying, tampering of the evidences and giving false information. The missing essential intent or proof to destroy evidence or giving misleading information. The prosecution fails to prove that Jatin was actively connected to or destroyed the evidences. My lord, just one more section I have. Criminal intimidation, section 351, subclause 3. It talks about the missing essential threatening the victim with intent to cause harm. No threat from Jatin towards Shweta have been recorded or seen in the evidences. My lord, the prosecution has failed to establish key elements of each charge, and the defense has demonstrated how the allegations crumble under scrutiny and establishing proof beyond reasonable doubt required to convict Jatin Thakkar. My lord, now I am leaving the dais for the further proceedings. Thank you.
My lord, we humbly submit that the essential of the charges are not established by the prosecution in framing of charges. We humbly submit an application of discharge on account of the accused. The copy is being supplied to the party. Your Honor, charges are already being discharged as instance. My lord,
after opening of the case, no, after opening, you have opened the case.
Yes,
thereafter, what would be the state?
Discharge is a possibility, but charges are already framed as well.
So when the discharge application to be filed? Before the charge is framed or after the charge?
Before the charge is framed, Your Honor. According to section 240.
So we will hear defense for 2 minutes on discharge application. Thereafter, we will decide whether
Yes, Your
to
Honor.
bring the charge or not.
Yes, Your Honor. Section 250, Your Honor. Thank you, noted, Your Honor.
So let us first hear the defense for 2 minutes. You can make yours. They have presented discharge application, so we would like to hear them for 2 minutes.
Yes, Your Honor.
You will only get 2 minutes to.
Yes, madam. My lord, it's a humble submission that once a supplementary charge sheet is filed, the additional questions that are there in supplementary charge sheet have to be framed in front of the honorable court, and there should be a plea of guilt. And unless the charges are framed, the proceeding cannot move further. And they have not framed the charges, that's why they have failed. So we are submitting this charge.
The stage of framing of the charge will come now. They have opened the case. You got an opportunity to present the discharge. On what basis you are claiming that you should be discharged?
Sir, on the basis that essential of all the elements of all the offences are missing in a particular case. For that, we are seeking a discharge. As in the hands of my lord.
There is a general statement made with the essential elements are missing. But here is.
Sir, all the facts have been stated in the opening statement itself because it is stated that the opening statement is the framing of charge in the current trial process and it will be proceeded with prosecution evidence. So the opening statement has established the charge.
Then we found prima facie material. So your discharge application we are not accepting.
Yes,
Permission to proceed with the opening. Permission to proceed with the chief examination of the prosecution court witnesses. The prosecution would like to call PW1 Richa as PW1. Witness. For the record of the court, can you please state your name and relation to this case?
I am Richa Telugu. I'm a 26-year-old struggling actress. I'm also looking at the waitress at the international business. I'm a good friend with the deceased.
When did you last see Shweta alive?
I saw Shweta alive on 25th, 2 o'clock in the morning. Our shift just ended there and we were discussing about our careers.
Can you please specify the timings?
It was around 2:15.
Point to be noted, Your Honor. Can you please explain the events which took place on that particular day?
Our shift had just completed that day.
Answer to the code.
Our shift had just completed that day.
You should put up the question. It should not be inherently reflecting the answers.
Lady question.
Yeah.
Your Honor, she already stated that she was seen alive, Sweta alive on that particular day. So that is why I asked whether what are the events which took over on that particular day. So already the fact is established that they have seen each other. So that's why I asked the second question.
Okay, please go ahead.
Can you please explain the circumstances?
First, to all the friends, you try to interrupt you, we will try to heckle you, we will try to disturb you, and we will try to derail your thinking process. So don't feel disturbed. This is the process which we will be doing on 3 hours.
As a pleasure, Your Honor.
Our shift just ended up that day, and we were discussing about our future prospects regarding the advertisement and in the field of career in the parking lot. So we were discussing about the recent advertisement that we were about to get. So,
Uh, so did you see the accused in this case on that particular date?
yes, sir. Yes.
Can you explain that circumstance to the court?
We saw Jatin around 2:15 that day, and he seemed a bit drunk. And he was banging the door of Surya Hotel, and he was banging it quite violently. And then the patrolling police just came around and inquired about the same. And then our manager Birpal Singh took care of it.
Uh, so what did Shweta do after seeing this?
Shweta just went and took Jatin with him into the hotel.
Which hotel? Can you please specify the names?
Uh, Trainers in.
Point to be noted, Your Honor.
Your Honor, permission to approach the witness. Can you identify his document?
Yes.
Your Honor, the witness is, what is the document?
It's an identity card of Shweta.
Your Honor, the witness has identified the ID card of the deceased in this case. May be noted, Your Honor.
Last question, witness. Do you know the accused in this case?
Yes, I have seen the accused quite a few times with the deceased.
Is the accused present in the court?
Yes.
So, Your Honor, the witness has identified the accused in this case. May be noted. The prosecution ends the chief. The witness is open to cross.
Mrs. Rinja, could you please state from how much time did you know Shweta?
For like 3 to 4 years, I've known Shweta.
How was your relationship with her?
They were quite good.
Did she used to share? Is it correct to say that she used to share her personal life to you?
Only the necessary things that she used to say.
Do you know something about her past relationship status or anything like that?
I got to know that she got off the relationship with her ex-boyfriend.
Could you state the reason?
She didn't tell me the reason.
Point to be noted, my lord. In earlier statement, she has stated a reason. Right now, she is contradicting herself. Could you see she actually say could you please, so is it correct to state that she used to tell the relationship status and things about it to you?
We used to discuss quite a few.
So what do you know about the status of relationship about Shweta and Jatin?
That she told me that he was a loner and lonely guy, and basically he wants to be a good friend with Shweta.
Could you please tell the court the marital status of Jatin?
He was married with no kids.
He was married with no. Could you please
state that how did Shweta treat Jatin?
She used to she used to go out with him, and they used to have talks.
Is it correct to state that she trusted him completely?
Completely, I wouldn't say that.
So, could we say, is it correct to say that she liked Jatin being her friend and being in a relationship with him?
As a friend,
And, when did your shift end on the specific date of 24 August?
24th of August, around midnight.
Was Shweta with you till midnight?
Yes.
My last point is to be noted that Shweta left around 8:30. So this is a contradictory statement. Could you please state that what were you doing before you left the hotel?
I was working at the bar. I was working at the waitress.
Did you meet anyone else on that day?
Not as per my knowledge.
You,
I don't remember.
you don't remember. The witnesses.
You just wait. You want to like one two questions. Yes? You have seen the accused, but not in the company of the deceased. You have not stated so in your examination in chief.
She
Would
has
you like to say anything about it?
she has taken Jatin with him. I saw them moving together into the hotel, the main gate of the hotel.
So up to main gate you saw.
Yes.
Thereafter you have not seen them.
My lord, it's a humble submission that earlier she had stated in the statement that she only saw Shweta leaving but not with the accused.
She stated, Your Honor, she stated in the chief examination.
We have noted.
I was Advocacy. Your Honor, permission to examine A2, accused and approver, Akash Manoj.
My lord, it's a humble submission that he is the accused and the honorable bench has not pardoned him right now, so he cannot be used as a prosecution witness right
So
now.
as per the facts we have already given him pardon. So we have already allowed him to be an approved.
Much obliged, Your Honor. Apart from that, answering that particular question, according to Jnanendra Ghosh versus State of West Bengal, approver is a competent witness against accused person and his evidence is admissible before this court. Witness, please state your name and relation to this case.
My name is Akash Minocha, and I am a receptionist at Hotel Renaissance. Uh,
Witness, what is your relation to this case?
so, it was in the month of February that Mr. Jatin had approached me to install a spy camera in their room. And in order to record his intimate moments with Shweta, initially I refused, but since he was offering me a handsome amount, I agreed to install a spy camera. He provided me with 30,000 rupees to buy a spy camera. I did, as he said, I installed a spy camera in the room, in the smoke detector, in such a position that it would record their intimate position. And whenever I used to retrieve the hard disk and give it to Mr. Jatin, he would give me 25,000 rupees for each retrieval. Uh, but later on, Shweta somehow got to know about the spy camera. She threatened that she would initiate a criminal action against the both of us. And we thought of teaching her a lesson. But by teaching her a lesson, Jatin meant killing her. So I was a little hesitant, but my only job was to collect information about Shweta's whereabouts, convince her to go to accompany Mr. Jatin to motoring bar. I did whatever he said, and I don't remember the exact date. It was in the month of August. I, in the night, I heard a third sound. I was sitting at my reception desk. I heard a third sound, and I got a hunch that Jatin must have killed Shweta. And hurriedly came to me, he took his car keys and went. That's all I know.
Akash Minocha, on this particular date, have you seen the deceased in? Have you seen the deceased on this particular date?
Yes,
Shweta.
I saw her with coming into the hotel room with Mr. Jatin.
That's all for the Chief, Your Honor. Witness is open to cross.
This information is valuable. Mr. Raj, you have stated that Jatin used to provide you a sum of money. Could you please state the medium of transaction?
It was by cash.
Point to be noted, my lord. He is stating that the money was given in cash, but he also stated before that the proof is financial transaction that he is going to present to prove the conspiracy. Your Honor, that cannot be interpreted in both ways. Financial transaction also means giving money. That might always not
Later
be.
allowed cross-examination in the manner in which you ask.
Like the official meeting. Is it correct to state that Jatin would have revealed that you are recording the videos in front of Sweta? Your Honor, it is also not in the fact, the witness is not informed of that particular fact. The question is whether Jatin would have been.
Cross-examination, any question can be put.
The official is assuming facts, Your Honor. Is it correct to state that Jatin himself would have stated that he is recording the videos with you before Sweta?
I am not sure about that. It's the case that Shweta herself detected the spy camera.
Did you confess before Sweta that you installed the spy camera?
No.
How did she get to know about the spy camera that is installed by you? Was she particularly threatening you or only Mr. Jatin?
Uh, I guess Mr. Jatin must have told Shweta that I am the one who is installing the spy camera in the room.
Your Honor, objection, this is an opinionated question and he is a fact witness. This is also argumentative and if she is asking whether the house is asking whether how did Shweta got the information that cameras were installed? So that's an opinion of the witness which is involved. The inference cannot be factually.
She is looking fresh.
Yes, Your Honor. But maybe noted as just an inference of the witness, Your Honor. My lord, he is a approver and he needs to give the fact that if he was threatened exactly, or he just assumed that if Jatin is being threatened, getting the threat, he will also be included. May I continue, my lord? Do you desperately need your job as a receptionist in this hotel?
Yes, since I have a financial crunch, so I needed this job.
So, isn't it possible that if you ignore the diligency of your duty and a person is killed in front of you in the hotel on you being duty, your job will, you will be fired? Isn't it possible? That's an argument.
So she can put that question if you have any after during arguments you can cover.
My lord, it's a humble request that they don't interrupt because the flow of the questions and the relevancy would be disturbed.
It's their right. They can object to it.
You ignore the interruption.
So, please state your answer for the same question. The question is that if it was discovered that you were not diligent on duty and a person was killed because of your negligence, you would be fired.
Obviously, I am obviously scared about my job, losing my job. But since he was offering me 25,000 for each retrieval, why not?
So why did you ignore the sound that day? You could have pretended to manage the situation.
I stayed calm. I did not want to. I never wanted to interfere in that. But I somehow knew that it was Jatin who pushed Shweta from the way.
Is there any other exit in your hotel?
Yes.
Uh, did you see Shweta exiting with Jatin in any state?
No.
Did Jatin had anything in his hand or as a luggage or any other property while he was leaving the hotel?
No. He just took the keys, car keys from me, and then left.
You stated that generally you kept the keys in near his room. So why were the keys with you that day?
The car keys were. Usually keeps his car keys with the reception.
Point to be noted, madam. The witness is dispensed.
Some question, please. Some question will be asked.
whatever you have stated, apart from that, have you heard any noise while you were doing your duty at the fateful night?
No, Your Lordship, it was only a third sound that I heard. That's it. And a groaning sound I heard.
It had come from which direction? Can you explain?
Uh, there is a bridge connecting our hotel with Surya International, I guess. So it must be from that direction.
So from the outside,
Yes.
not from the
From
inside
the
the
outside,
hotel.
yes.
And Sweta was lastly seen with Jatin only.
Yes, while exiting, I did not see Shweta with Jatin.
The prosecution would like to call the doctor who conducted autopsy as PW3.
There are two questions to you apart from this.
Much obliged, Your Honor.
Why public prosecutors are appointed by the state?
Your,
What is the logic?
Your Honor, according to the criminal justice system in India, crime is committed against the state and it's state's duty to provide them with legal help. So the state has a duty to defend the victim if at all a criminal case arises. That is why public prosecutors are provided by the state when it comes to sessions courts as well as magistrate courts, Your
Why
Honor.
state should bother? Because someone has died and someone has committed murder. Why state should do all this?
Your Honor, it is the state's duty to maintain the law and order of the country. So that's why public prosecutors are always provided by the state, Your Honor, under Section 18 of Bharatiya Suraksha Sanhita. BNSS, Your Honor. Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita.
And then victim will have no right.
No, Your Honor. If the victim feels like he or she needs another victim in the sense, if at all he is alive, as the families of the victim, if at all they feel like they need another prosecutor, they can well go for a special public prosecutor who has an experience of more than 10 years, Your Honor.
If victim wants to engage me or you as a
Yes, Your Honor.
can he engage the
Advocate as a special public prosecutor.
in the court to
Your Honor, legal opinions can be asked from the other advocates, but as a representing factor, it is the state should be represented by the public prosecutor. In this particular case, also it is
no,
Jatin
we are
Katkar.
not interested in this case. We want to test your knowledge.
As I already stated, a crime is committed against the state, and even the cause title goes like the state versus the particular accused. So that basis, not on that basis, but generally all the cases, criminal cases are prima facie represented by the public prosecutors or assistant or additional public prosecutors, Your Honor. In sessions level, it is the public prosecutor, and special courts, it will be special public prosecutors. Magistrate level, it will be assistant and additional public prosecutors.
You give very, very correct answer.
Much obliged, Your Honor.
You can start the
Much obliged. Witness, for the record of the court, can you please state your name, occupation, and relation to this case?
My name is Dr. Ashok Tirke, and
Can you please answer to the court?
my name is Dr. Ashok Tirke, and I'm a senior forensic medicine expert. I have completed MBS in forensic medicine, and I am currently working at Government City Civil Hospital, Mumbai, and I have done the postmortem of deceased in this case.
One second, Your Honor. 1 minute time for marking the postmortem report. Your Honor, can I identify the postmortem report and it will be marked with the prosecution evidence as Exhibit P1? Uh, Doctor, can you please run us through the document of postmortem report you
But
created?
you need to produce this document.
Your Honor,
Because
anything.
previously we have not produced the document.
Your Honor, can you?
You did show the document and you did not request the copy.
Uh,
Previously.
Identity card.
Yes, Your Honor. That will be identified by the particular fact witness, but it will be taken into account or will be marked by the as an MO in this case.
Who would mark?
It will be marked by the IO, Your Honor, because he conducted the property seizure memo and it was recovered by him. So it will be marked into evidence by the IO.
Please go ahead.
Your Honor, I would like to mark the report. With this, what is this document?
This is the postmortem report of the victim.
Can you please tell what is this? Whose signature is this?
These are my signature.
And you attest to the
Yeah.
point to be noted, Your Honor. Let the postmortem report be marked into prosecution evidence as exhibit P1. Witness, can you please run us through the document you made?
So the victim had severe trauma. So let's first start from the head. She have fractures all over head, more fractures on the left side of head, and fractures which are consistent with the impact from that height on right side of the head. Then she has facial hemorrhages in her eyes, eyelids, and face due to the venous congestion. The capillaries burst. Then she have trauma on shoulder blades. Both her ribs, left and right side of ribs were fractured. Then her right lower leg was fractured and her left pelvic bone was fractured.
Can you elaborate on the injuries on the body, specifically to the skull?
So the skull have both left and right side of the skull have different injuries, and the left side of the skull has major injuries. Multiple fractures were there. On the right side of the skull have less injuries, less bruising were there. There were consistent amount of blood loss has occurred already from the left side injury, so that's why the right side injury of the skull had less bruises because there were no blood circulating, so that's why the bruises were less.
Can you, according to your professional opinion, can you make an inference that both of these injuries may be caused in different heights?
Yeah, both of these injuries were from different height. The left side injury shows us that it was consistent with the height of 20 to 30 feet. Means the victim had fallen 20 to 30 feet. That's why multiple fractures have came. And the right side injury is consistent with the fall from Atal Setu Bridge.
Can you please specify the height? Or,
98 feet.
Much
9800 feet are.
Much obliged. What is the cause of death in this particular case?
Severe external and internal trauma is the primary cause of death in this case.
What is the manner of death in this case? Whether it is a suicide or a...
No, it is an homicide, in my opinion.
Can you please...
Because there were some altercations, her finger, little finger and ring finger, nails were broken, and the left side injury shows clearly shows us that it was a second fall or first fall, because there were two falls, in my opinion, and there were altercation, and the venous congestion on the eyelids, eye and face shows that she was strangulated using forearms or choke, anything.
Were there any circumstantial evidence pointing out that this is not a suicide?
Yeah. When
Did you examine the clothes of the victim?
Yeah, I have examined the clothes of the victims. All our clothes were soaked in blood except the socks. They were clean.
Can you specify the color of the socks?
White.
Can you please attest to the time of death?
The time of death would probably be between 2 a.m. to 4 a.m.
On date?
On date 25 of August.
Much
And
obliged, Your
based
Honor.
on previous.
Much obliged, Your Honor. The chief examination is done. The witness is open for cross.
All lawyers are going to notice that you are lawyers of America, not lawyers of India, who can take on any number of hours. You will have to be exact on time. You are lawyers in America, not in India.
Witness is open for cross, Your Honor.
Sir, could you please state where you are employed as a
Government Civil City Hospital, Mumbai.
Year of experience?
I have more than 20 plus years of experience.
Point to be noted, my lord. He is 44. He has 20.
48, ma'am.
48 for that purpose. He is 48, having 20 plus years of experience. Before that, it's 12, almost 10 to 12 years to come to this position with a degree. So, either his degree is false or he is stating the wrong statement.
We will not believe.
Your Honor,
To a professional person who says,
I am much qualified, ma'am.
20 years experience.
Sir, 20 years of experience. After a degree only, a person can have it.
But do you have any record to say otherwise?
Sir, we have.
Just show that he has a false degree. You are making such a serious statement against him.
Sir, it is.
Your Honor, I object to this. I have completed MBBS. The Medical Council of India has approved my degree. I am a registered doctor under State Council of
Sir, for that matter of fact, he is stating a wrong statement in regards.
But he is willing to produce the documents, original documents of the.
Sir, his degree can be approved. He is the original doctor, but he is giving a false statement regarding his experiences and his expertise for the post-mortem report that he has made.
like my.
Your Honor, obviously, the witness stated that he has 20 years of experience. He didn't say that he has 20 years of experience with respect to post-mortem reports.
When we go through MBBS, there were certain. First of all, in undergraduate we study basic MBBS. Then in MD we study different things.
My lord,
You can proceed with the further process. You have got it.
you stated that the injuries can be of due to two different forms.
Two different ones. I have stated that.
Could you state the injuries that were due to the height of 25 to 30 feet?
Left side injury was seemingly to be from a height of 25 to 30 feet because there were multiple fractures and it was a direct trauma, head-on trauma, not like the one from Atal Setu Bridge. It was a face-down trauma. And what happens, Your Honor, when we have a face-down trauma? The injury went like this, the fracture went like this, and they were less severe in comparison to direct hip trauma.
Well, again, the point is to be noted. He is mentioning a trauma on direct face falling down, but there was no harm on the front face mentioned in the post-mortem report and it was identified by them.
After you put the question and witness replies, you have to make a move. And all this has to be argued finally. Not during the cross examination after each question you make your submission.
He may be giving wrong answers.
You have to make a note, and while you finally argue the case, thereafter you have to challenge the witness. You have to
Yes,
submit
madam.
that
We
this
will
witness
read
is
this
not
point
believable.
because so that it is taken into record. Could you please state any injury, specific injury because of fall from Atal Setu Bridge?
Liver injury, abdomen injury in prenatal cavity, prenatal cavity. The liver was falsified and evacuated. And broken shoulder blade was
How
broken.
did you examine for the strangulation for the which you have mentioned?
So basically, what happened, Your Honor, when there was any strangulation, it leads to asphyxia. So our veins carry blood from the brain again to heart. So whenever there is
Sir,
an
I'm asking
strangulation,
the process that you followed in establish strangulation. Did you find any marks
no
of fingerprints?
ligature marks are not every time necessary.
Ligature marks are not. Did you find any
Petechial
tissues?
hemorrhages, not tissues, it's petechial hemorrhages when the capillary burst in eyelids.
Point to be noted, madam. Did you find any clothing fiber materials found on the neck?
No, nothing.
Uh, the witness.
Doctor, what would like to? Can you specify the time of day before from the post examination you have conducted? Before how much time the deceased might have died?
My your lordship, your honor, the time of death depends on several factors like liver mortis, rigor mortis.
So in this case, have you specified?
I have specified to police in my statements under 118 that the time of death is between 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. It an estimation. It's not an obvious fact, but estimately it can be from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m.
And nature of injury were anterotum or postmortem?
Postmortem.
And on
anti post nature.
Was post-mortem or anti post-mortem?
Hmm.
So post-mortem, you understand the difference between the word anti-mortem and post-mortem.
Anti-mortem before the fall. No, your lordship apologize.
It's duty of the prosecution to bring it on that. Whether the injuries were anti-mortem or post-mortem. In any case, we have asked the question. You can leave.
Thank you, lordship.
Your Honor, it was already stated by the witness that the fall, the second fall was the cause of death. So thereby it was held as one injury, the one fall was anti-mortem fall, and the particular which was peri-mortem injury. Your Honor, the prosecution seeks permission to examine the investigating officers.
Time is over.
Your Honor, in the interest of justice, 2 minutes of time.
How, how many questions?
Your Honor, just a mark. Just a mark to that.
Yes, should not be more than
1 minute.
1 minute.
All.
Witness the recorded case, please state your name and designation.
I'm Prakash Mantri, I'm investigating officer.
Witness the recognized document.
This is the
Witness who signs this.
This is signed by National Officer in charge.
Lady Margaret Executive even P2, Your Honor. Can you go to this?
This I request you go to the sitting on that.
Lady Margaret Executive P3, Your Honor.
It's a property given.
Lady Margaret Executive P4, Your Honor.
Is a request for this one.
Lady Margaret Executive P5, Your Honor.
Mobile forensic.
Lady Margaret P6, Your Honor.
You might.
And again, that by the policy. Lady Margaret. Your Honor, there are only 4 items are provided by the organizing committee, but the substantive of the investigation was thereby you would like to mark it to evidence. Lady Margaret P6, Your Honor.
Your time is getting
These
over.
are NFSU.
Lady Margaret P7, Your Honor.